welcome to very, very exciting L.R.S fishing. What am I doing today? Well, it's my powerboat level 2 training course. It's a 2-day course, so I'm going to be doing like a part A and a part B. Hopefully, if they let me record. I don't know, because I'm not the only one who's going to be in here. There's going to be quite a few other people, I think. So it depends if people are comfortable with me filming or not filming. This is their marina. It's at the Royal Norfolk and Suffolk Yachting Club. It's actually really nice. This is lovely. Fair play. So we're in Lowerstoft at the moment. There's a big, big boat over there. Later on, I've got 20 minutes. So later on, I'll probably show you this. There's some big boats around here. Nice big sailing boat. There's a huge one over there. But for now, I'm just gonna find my way into the building and see what they've got to say. So hopefully, if they allow me to film, I'll bring you back and I'll yeah, hopefully get a good day's filming for us. In a bit, guys. I think my Wilson fly would look quite nice in there, wouldn't it? Could you imagine? So we've just done a safety briefing. Got all our kit. I've got to get them on, get that on, get them on, get all this loaded into the trolley. We'll get on the water. See you in a bit.
We'll see if I can just reverse it out.
Okay.
Without hitting that. If I hit that, I'll drive forwards again.
Sure.
Okay, so let go of the barrel rope, please.
So just completely untight, yeah?
Yeah, just in. Okay, and then sit down again. Remember staying still. I don't need very much momentum. We're going quite fast with the wind.
Yeah.
But now I've turned the wheel the other way because I want the bow to go that way. So I'm now going to hope that I will just go like that. So I wasn't really very good. I should have done what I did last time, didn't I?
Right.
Because we're almost back here before I've actually been able to turn the boat.
Sure.
But anyway, I have been able to turn the boat. And I want it being more or less a straight.
But then you get the big giant gust of wind.
See how the wind's
Yeah.
So, okay. So let's get the wheel around here and go forward quickly before the bow takes the. But even so, now I'm quite in danger of hitting the stern on that.
Right.
So I want to be driving straight. So
Yep.
Once I get into neutral, then you can safe, that's better. Okay, so if you want to come back here. So we've got 2 bridges, we have to ask for permission to go under them both.
Okay.
Lowerstoft, this is Rebel, over.
Rebel is Lowerstoft, over.
Good afternoon, sir. Just asking permission to leave the yacht basin and go under the bridge, please. Over.
Rebel Lowerstoft. Yes, okay, man.
Thank you very much. Out. Yes, that's that. Off we go. And then we have to get to the new bridge and we have to phone the poor guy up there who's as bored as is because he just heard that, so we know he knows we're going under the first bridge. And he has to sit there all day and... So 3 knot speed limit in here?
3 knot speed limit.
I'll try and do it by the sound of the engine.
Okay.
Try not to use that, but that's a good way of checking. The last thing you want to be doing is
looking at that all the time, right?
And there might be a boat coming out from there, or but if there should be lights on here. You see the lights on those canopy things, so they're not working at the moment. But if you didn't want me to go, then go on red, and you ask permission, and they normally remember to switch them to green. Green, green. Sure. Let me go. said we wanted to be up this way, didn't we?
Yep.
I'm still going to look, although we said it's okay. I'll still just have a look. It's silly not to. That's okay, all clear, so we can proceed down here. The speed limit now is 4 knots, so it's a little slow manoeuvring day, okay? 4
Excellent.
knots, 5 miles an hour? 5.5 miles an hour, so, but you'll be surprised. So we're going against the tide, aren't we? So
yep.
I think probably need more revs to drive this way than I will to drive back. I remember steering, it's always one hand on the steer.
Sure.
That's this one hand for gear. Otherwise, if I don't have a brake, so if something suddenly pops up out of the water, I was about to go into my outboard, I can't stop the boat. I might hit at high speed, I might hit something, it could capsize the boat. So
yeah, that's
always. And when you're out at sea, you just hold it on there so you can rest your hand on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because you go into more, and then you can do the trim with that. But once you're in here, it's just covered on the top. So it's one harbour master.
So this is the first one you've got permission for?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So that's the guy sitting up there.
Up there.
That's the guy today. And you find when you first steer it, you'll be using the wheel a bit.
Right.
And then once you get the hang of it, the thing is to correct it less and half until it's just going in a straight line.
Sure.
So, especially in Norfolk rules, you'll always head into the middle of a bridge if there's not two-way traffic.
Right.
Because if you go to one side of it, or you go at an angle to it, the wind or the tide, they'll be stronger going through a bridge because the water is constricted.
Right.
And so that's why all the holiday makers get stuck on the top of High Bridge.
Yeah.
They get stuck broadside on.
Yeah.
They go one way, the wind or the tide gets them, they try and correct, and then the stern swings out, and then they've had it. So you go positively through the middle of the bridge, you won't get into trouble.
Any difficulties? Right.
Yeah. And you can see I'm on the right hand side, but I'm not up to the
Not too close.
up to the edge. And always keep an eye behind you. You never know what's coming up behind you. It's always when you think there's nothing there that you find it being followed by a large
tanker.
ship or something. I know. I had that one. It's in my yacht master sail exam, and we were in through Felixstowe docks. And I saw a ship, and I thought it went through the pierhead into one of the harbours.
Sure.
So I think we were doing a prep week. The instructor said, "Oh, just check behind you." I said, "Yeah, I have." He said, "Well, there was a ship." I said, "No, that's gone in." He said, "Well, just check behind you."
And there it was.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh dear.
So I really didn't think that it was there.
Right. Is that quite a dangerous
Well,
position for you to be in? Like.
Well, no, because we were manoeuvrable enough. And
Sure.
but he shouldn't have had to have told me.
Yeah.
I should have looked. I should have checked. That's my thought. Something very difficult when there's lots of lights out at night.
Yeah.
It's really hard. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So when the we've had a new box put on it, and it's slightly different to the previous one. It's got
Oh,
a
is
slightly
it?
different feel, so that you get really used to one thing.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
your own car.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So,
I've just changed cars, and I know exactly what you're talking about with the clutch and stuff.
yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So when I turn the wheel on this, the boat, well, if I didn't have any forward motion, if I turn the wheel while we're going forwards, we go round in a big circle, don't we?
Right. Yep.
If I'm stopped in the water and I turn the wheel and then I apply some propeller,
Yep.
I'm going to pivot as
Yep.
long as I just do a burst of forwards.
Sure.
So that's really what I was doing. That is the key to your success, okay?
Right.
And we call it steer before gear.
Steer before gear.
So,
Right. Okay.
I know you haven't even driven it in a straight line yet, but if you're trying to turn. So what we want to do is find, if it's going to pivot, we want to find out where that pivot point is.
Right. Okay.
That enables you to know exactly where and how to put your boat.
Yep. There it is.
So let's get to reverse away from that. No more than tick over.
Right.
Heading towards it. The boat's now in quite a nice straight line, apart from the tides. I have to adjust for the tide. So now put it into neutral, so it'll be only faster. Okay, I think the tide's taking me that way a little bit.
Yep.
And the wind's slowing me down. So I'm just going to have another blip back to neutral. Okay, I can't quite see it. So okay, it's coming down the side of the boat.
There it is, look at that.
One of reverse. Okay, so now you can just pretend to pick it up, but you're not going to. Yeah. So we could do that, and then you could take the rope to the front of the boat.
Yep.
You could make it fast, and then to leave,
Wow,
you
look
want
at
to reverse away from it, but you don't want to go off. So where is the wind actually here? There's a windsock up there.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yep. And when you're out there, there's a bit of tide taking you.
Yep.
But when you get there, the tide stops.
Right, yeah.
So when we do a manoeuvre, we go through a process in our minds called FIMING. It's another one of these not anagrams, what's it, acronyms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which I can never remember what they were. And I thought this was not Let's see if I can do this. It's going to be quite hard. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
that
wind
gust
on
of
the
wind,
panel.
yeah.
So 1, 2, neutral. We've got to be really quick. We'll get 1, 2, right. So we've got to be a bit braver with the gears and a bit quicker here to get the bow around. But I'm still only using, so I'm probably going to end up alongside like that. So I'm going to live with that. I'm going to go alongside because otherwise I'm going to damage the boat. Okay, so we just
There it is.
that's fine. We'll probably bounced off now, look. There we go. Touch and go. So that's a bit cheeky.
That's tricky. That was tricky with that wind guster.
Yeah, so I didn't know if that's what I was trying to explain would happen down in the where we were this morning.
Yeah.
The more you try, you only need one gust of wind and suddenly
It
you're
just stuffs
stuck
it
in
up.
the corner. There's some steps down there, so my escape plan would have been to reverse or just gone alongside there.
Yep.
That's that. So we want to go. We want to have when we're being blown onto it. So I think this long pontoon down here will be blown onto.
Yep.
So we don't need any warps for this because we'll just get blown onto it.
Yeah.
So I still want to have a nice angle of approach, 45 degrees.
Yep.
So we'll go up over here. So we'll be coming alongside port side 2, about 3 bollards down from that red one, where the bright blue one is.
Yep.
Different colour blue one.
Yep.
So I'm going to aim at that. Got a nice run in. I know the wind's taking me down this way, and I've got an imaginary pontoon about half a boat length out.
Yep.
So I'm going quite fast enough, so don't need any more steerage way. I can just now get it blown off a bit, so I'll just forward a little bit. And then we're just going to go, I'm going to straighten up here, and okay, this will do. It's not quite where I wanted to be, so I'll just make sure the boat stopped. And now the wind will just bring us alongside. The only thing I might have to do is stop the boat coming in at an angle.
Yep.
So standing by on that. And then obviously if you're in a solid boat, you put fenders out.
Yeah.
You're going to go at it with a bit of a whack. So that's that one then.
That was well good.
So that's easy.
Yeah.
Any questions on that one?
No, that was good.
And then I need to try and find one that comes out into the wind. I'm not sure how we're going to get out of this, so I'm just seeing what the wind does. It's blowing the bows on, and then it's going to blow the stern on, isn't it? So I think we need to just put a bow rope on and spring off this one.
Oh, okay.
There's no sensible way up that. So if you could just take the rope from the bollard and push it down onto the seat.
So the whole.
One loop around it.
Yeah.
Sit down with it. So I'm going to do backwards. Which way should I turn the wheel? And which way should I make the engine point? I'm going to go into reverse.
So you're going into reverse. So you want it to swing. So left hand is.
Do I want it to go that way? Should I do it that way? Or shall I do it that way?
I think the other way.
This way?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so if you've got the rope, we'll give you a little bit of pressure on it.
Yep. And it will swing.
Pressure to take up. So normally you put it, actually just have half the loop around something, so it doesn't completely
Yeah.
get around. And obviously this is going to be the difficult bit, getting the boat through the wind, getting the sailboat through the wind. Once you get halfway, you get blown on the other way.
Yeah.
So if I just keep a few more revs, the trick is not to ever take the revs off.
Right.
Just gradually increase them and match the wind speed, and there we go. So in a minute I'll go into neutral, I'll tell you to take it off. Okay, you need to release it now. You clear?
Yep.
Good. I'm just going to go stern then. I'm still searching for somewhere where we can do a head-on one. So do you want to come and sit back down here? I'm in neutral. I think what we'll do, we'll have to just come alongside one of these, at the end of one of these finger pontoons, yeah?
Sure.
And pretend it's a long one, but it's not. So we're going to do that. So what sort of approach do I need to do for that one? So sort of head-on, it's basically we're trying to
So-
get into the wind. I want to come alongside one of those. But you have to pretend that there's, see what I mean? You have to pretend that there's another pontoon that are sort of blocking all those ones in. So, so I want to come up and more on the other, basically the other side of this pontoon.
Yeah.
So angle of approach, heading into the wind.
Heading into the wind. Is this where we're?
You're being pushed off the whole time. So you're. Let me just stop the boat a minute. So I think I had it like that with the reel on the board like that, and the wind coming down here, and we had to get up and alongside.
Was that the 60-degree angle, wasn't it?
Yeah. So more wind into it. Oh, I could do it that one, couldn't I?
Yeah.
But from the other, if I can turn around down there. Oh no, because I'm not coming. I need a flat edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about. I might. It doesn't really run at this angle. I'll just go down here a bit further. And then one of these empty.
Yeah.
I'll pretend that you see there's an empty one just before Maxim.
Yep.
I'll pretend that there's a cross member there.
Cool.
And we'll go alongside the end of it.
It's about not worrying about when to. Should I do this or just go for it and see what happens?
You don't need to do anything until you need to do something. So okay, I'm slowing down, I go to lose steerage rate, so if I'm talking to you I'll just go like that, and that means I've got another 10 seconds to speak to you before I have to think about it again.
Sure.
So I'm just going to let the boat drift down this way a bit. I'm just trying to get myself in the right place. Okay, so if I go into B9 and B8, I'm about, if I head for those now, I'll be about 60 degrees, won't I?
Steering you straight.
You're still doing that thing, you've driven all the way around, so you'd be much better pivoting it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be quite a long way.
I am.
Yeah. So tuck in more that way. Put it into neutral now. One second before. That's it. So I'll go and
Yep.
is it? Have you
No,
lost the right angle?
I've just completely ballsed that one
Yeah,
up.
you see, that would be...
Yeah.
And I will actually catch this one. Safe bit, so... I can do it, give you sort of more...
But I've made it more difficult for you.
Yeah. That's because you will, now you can... It's good to do it like that, because now you can see why you need to be parallel.
Yeah.
Because you can't get any closer.
From going forwards.
We're going to let go and see where we go.
Okay.
And then make a decision.
Make a decision.
Yeah, that would be easier. Theoretically, we're just going to go reverse off that way, but let's see if that's what you, if you can just drift off.
Bet you couldn't do that if you tried. Try and do it on purpose, and it was.
So look, so without doing anything, you're in the perfect position to reverse off now, aren't you?
Let's go. I need to turn.
So what we want to do is go up and start the approach from the entrance to the marina.
Sure.
Try not to keep looking back at the... It's a useful reference, but you're always looking back at it.
Yep.
Yeah, so your boat, you might not be able to see the outboard, then you need to be really stopped.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So don't rely on doing that. It's a useful check, but and obviously if you're reversing, look backwards. But if you're just looking back to see what angle it is, try and get used to telling that from where your wheel is.
Right.
Yeah. So where are you going?
So I want to come onto there. What was it? Was it the 60-degree angle? Was it?
No, they're parallel.
Parallel.
Yeah, because
So-
the wind's blowing you. The wind's blowing us down like that.
Yep.
Or the wind's going there, and you're there. And the wind's pushing you. If you turn at an angle, it's going to push you down there, and you'll never get any closer to it.
Right. So I need to.
So you want to start your approach. You're up by the marina entrance
Okay.
there.
So I know what to do.
Where are we actually going? What's going to happen here?
I'm going to hit the back of that.
Yeah, and your wind's going to blow you down into this boat here. So just get the outboard straight so that you're not twisting it straight. And now drive forwards. One. Okay, that's much better than trying to turn when you're in a tricky situation.
Yep.
Try and get the wheel straight. You can go straight back to neutral before you pick up any speed, just in case it doesn't work. Okay, so now you want to turn the boat to go that way. So, yep, 1, 2, neutral. You don't want to just wait for the boat to swing.
Yep.
And then I get a bit more. Neutral again. You probably have. Yeah, go for one more forwards. I think you'll make it. Yeah. So it's all a matter of judgment, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's getting the fit. How far are you moving relative to that boat or the bit of shore or whatever it is you want to miss?
Right.
It's all.
So right about now, do you think?
And we would have heard if somebody was coming in. Don't get pushed into that bit there, will you?
No.
You see the winds and the tides coming around.
Definitely.
Going, so we'll probably get into reverse now.
Oh, that wind isn't very good, is it?
Yeah. So if you want to tuck in under the bow of this survey vessel, you've got to aim for where it says survey.
Yep.
Because you're being drifted down, aren't you? So actually, if you had to stop here, that was really good.
Yeah.
You're in, and now you can turn. And I'll just get the water. I've got the stern walk on the starboard side. behind. Don't worry about the wheel. Okay.
There it is.
Okay. You didn't need to do. For the moment I get to lasso that, you didn't do
Didn't need to,
anything
didn't
with
it?
the wheel.
Yeah.
It's just your job to get it going parallel. My job to lasso that and stop the boat.
Oh, that didn't. Once I got into the right position, that wasn't too bad.
Go and do it again.
Oh wait. Okay.
Bring them at rusty metal joints.
Yeah.
So 45 degrees. Drive in. See the black gusts coming down the water?
Yeah.
When you see the black, that's the gusts coming. So. Spin the wheel that way. The other way, you'll steer away from the dock to get the boat parallel. Activate that with 1 second last. Stop, and then you're just about there. Yeah. Pretty good. Not perfect, but it's pretty good. You did the right method. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll go and do that again, and then you'll know what you're doing.
Okay.
So that was just bang on, really. Yeah. So if you just reverse off. Try and reverse back to the starting point. That'll be good for you.
The wind's got me. Oh no.
No, well, it doesn't matter. Just so if you want to pivot the boat here,
Yeah.
so remember, don't drive round, pivoting it, so it's only 2 seconds burst to throttle.
Yep.
Otherwise we'll be down there, won't we?
Yeah.
So quickly reverse the wheel. Have to be quicker on the turning the wheel, all the way around, full lock, go back. So you're holding it in,
Yep.
you're not trying to drive back, you're
Yep.
trying to pivot it.
Pivot.
For 2 seconds of gear and then neutral.
Yep.
If you need to go back again, do another 2 seconds.
Sure.
Because that will take you like that and then like that rather than like that.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah. And then go forwards up there. So neutral, and turn the wheel. You've got to steer before you gear.
Yep, steer before
Yeah,
gear.
otherwise it will all go wrong.
Don't want
So
that.
you basically do steer, putting the rudder over, then you're activating the turn by putting the power on.
Yep.
So that's it. We'll nearly, if you carry on, we'll end up pointing over there. So just go forwards a bit more. Go forwards with your bow that way. Then neutral.
Neutral.
Steer. Yep. And now it bursts. That's it. Should be clear there. Neutral. Okay. So let the boat drift round. Probably one more burst. 1, 2, neutral. Okay, the bow's through the wind now, so now you can head up and make your approach.
Right.
Yep.
Let's do this.
Yeah, perfect. So get your wheel central before you
So
go
steer.
to gear. Gear before, sorry, steer.
Before gear.
Gear. Anyway, just concentrate that on this now. You see there's a gust coming down, so
Yep.
you're going to hit your bow, then you minute down. Perfect. Good. So why did you go left and then right? When you could have just gone straight?
Straight, yes,
You
yeah.
did 2 to the left.
Yeah.
And thought, oh, that's 2 to the right. And if you'd have kept it in the middle, you'd have ended up in the same place.
Yeah.
That's fine. So now you need to just touch more, don't you?
There it is.
And I can just leave it at that. Don't do anything else. So we'll now, if you had a half decent crew, there we go. Perfect. That's really good. Quite unnecessary doing that
Yeah.
in the middle. Just
Yeah.
didn't need to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that will come with practice.
Interesting.
Just don't.
Because I think, because you said about that, I was like, I need to, my brain
Yeah.
Because the wind's coming, so I need to steer.
But yeah, you did that. That was absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you were going nicely, and then you decided to turn it this way a bit, and then you could turn it back a bit. But yeah, when I said the gust was coming,
Yeah.
you turned the wheel.
Yeah.
You put a bit of power on, so
Yeah.
you anticipated that gust.
Yeah.
And so you went straight through it. It's really good.
Okay.
Way above powerboat 2, so that's really good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, we'll go down a bit. Take the bike through it, yeah? We're not trying to put it on, we're just trying to position it.
Yep. Okay, and any side?
Yeah, just anywhere. And then just don't stand right in front of me.
Oh wow. Wow,
That was a bit too enthusiastic, but anyway.
that was pretty cool.
Never been on this far before.
No.
Let's go back easier.
Wow. That was cool. Oh, look at that.
No idea how Simon's going to get this off in the morning.
Bit of heave ho. That was really good. Get in. Well, I'm back at the car. How about that then? Oh man, look at the state of me. Crikey. Flip. How about that? What a day. What a day on the water. Absolutely fantastic. Loved every second of that. I don't know, there's a lot to learn and I've got to let all that sink in. I've recorded as much as I possibly could, but it was a bit awkward while I was in the middle of doing manoeuvres. My battery kit, so I can't just stop the boat and say, hold on a minute love, I've changed the battery or whatever. I could only change the battery when it was convenient for me to do so. So I hope I've recorded what I need to record and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to put it into a part 1 part 2 because apparently tomorrow's going to be really intense. But that's good, man. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be an awesome day. There was 2 people meant to be here today, but they couldn't make it, so they're going to be here tomorrow instead. So there's going to be 2 other people on the boat, so hopefully it will be okay for me to record. It just depends on them. But again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment what you think. Tell me what you think. Comment what you think. The woman, Sarah, her name was, very experienced. She's been yachting her whole life since she was a kid, since she was 3 years old, and she was quite impressed considering I've never done anything like this, even remotely. Like, I've never piloted a boat before ever, so doing those tight maneuvers was pretty tricky, but I got there and we got it done, and she seemed pretty impressed, so it set me up for tomorrow. So again, comment what you think, like the video, and you know what, if you could please subscribe, it'd mean the world to me. My YouTube channel is doing quite well, so yeah, I'm very chuffed with how things are going. So yeah, I'm gonna travel up north. It's an hour to Seaport, an hour up north to get back to the caravan. I'm gonna have a beer. I feel like I deserve it. I'm actually knackered. I'm really tired. Oh, no. But anyway, thanks again for watching. Comment, like, and please subscribe. See you again, guys. Take care.